Hello, I'm Coercer, and welcome back to round 4 of ArtifactCup number 31. We've seen the first matchup between Tren and Iceman, and now it's time to move on to Ewok versus me. The map is again Galcian territories. I'll be playing as the Galcian and Ewok will be playing as the Coalition. We'll be watching this from Ewok's perspective. As discussed earlier, this map is a bit advantageous for the person that starts on the high ground, as they can pretty much secure a winning position, as Tren has demonstrated in the previous game. There we go, we've loaded in. So, Ewok is down here in this corner as the Coalition forces. He has retired his base runner immediately, and as soon as he moved his carrier, the base runner lost its way. And I have spawned here on the opposite side in the ditch as the Galcian, and I'm just expanding to my first bulkhead, and those two salvagers will begin to bring in construction units. I've popped out a scanner with my base runner and then I've retired it. So Ewok has decided to go for a support cruiser first, seeing how this is a pretty big map. He of course can do that. He is researching light assault vehicle fabrication in the meantime, and as soon as that support cruiser pops out, he will probably start to build some scouting or defensive LAVs to see what I'm up to. I've fully saturated my main, and I'm now building more salvagers for my mining operation at that first bulkhead. With a support cruiser here for Ewok, he can of course move his carrier to that first bulkhead, so the salvagers won't have to return or travel very far, which of course is the point of the support cruiser. And we have the first LAV out for Ewok. He's going to move it across the map straight into my scanner incidentally, and that sand skimmer will also be there to defend my scanner. Ewok has gone for AV fabrication, which is always a good choice as a Coalition player. Those are just useful throughout the game with those smoke walls, and they can defend your rails against light attack vehicles or sand skimmers, so they're always a good investment, and they kill salvagers very quickly. So if you can get them into the enemy salvager line, they can be very devastating. So that sand skimmer ignored Ewok's light attack vehicle, so I'm pretty sure I lose this scanner as that sand skimmer finally comes in to deal damage to the light attack vehicle. They're just going to dance around here in a circle till Ewok recognizes that he needs to keep his high ground advantage. That sand skimmer luckily circles around and negates that. This is looking very close. Ooh, and that was just pretty a bit mishandled there by me, if I may say so. If I were paying attention, I would have seen that Ewok was microing that LAV quite effectively, but I was busy with just moving out with my two production cruisers and pumping out assault railguns, while Ewok has moved two of his AAVs in the same direction here. I'm not sure if he had a hunch that something would happen here, or if he just wanted to come here, check this bulkhead, and then move in to my first bulkhead. Those AVs spot my scouting sun skimmer, but my assault railguns move on ahead. I'm not sure if I just wasn't paying attention or was like, yeah, well, 2 AAVs, I'd better just get into Ewok's base and deal damage from there. The assault railguns do have an armor upgrade, so does AAVs. We'll have a tougher time dealing damage to them, and with that high ground advantage, that AAV melts against these assault railguns. But Ewok already has a railgun out of the field, and that is slowly snapping off my assault railguns. I have a heavy railgun out now, and that will be able to support my forces if, of course, I could gain vision of that railgun. And so far these engagements are going well for me. I'm just moving in with my forces, supported by my production cruisers, but now Ewok is just popping out more railguns. Unfortunately, as my forces are right there, they're all popping out right in the line of fire. In the meantime, I wasn't paying attention, and these 2 AAVs just clean up my expansion, and now I'm just mining from my main. Fortunately for me, Ewok is busy protecting his mining operation now. I do take out the support cruiser with my assault railguns, but now Ewok has moved in with his carrier and is dealing damage to my assault railguns. I really shouldn't have left that assault railgun there. Indeed, I do start moving it around, and as well as this one assault railgun, so it isn't sitting right next to the carrier, which now does have power in both range and weapons. And, unfortunately, I also didn't notice right up until this moment that these heavy railguns were firing at those salvagers, basically dealing no damage, because heavy railguns tend to miss salvagers quite a lot. They're really hard to hit for railguns, and once again, since I wasn't paying attention, these AVs just came in and killed my salvager line. I am rebuilding those salvagers one by one, but Ewok just cleaned up my entire base before my carrier could deal with those 2 AVs. Now I was even forced to retreat here with my production cruisers, assault railguns, and that heavy railgun, even though Ewok's carrier was very low there. I don't really know if I could have stuck around there, but there were railguns out there supporting his carrier and the levies that could potentially swarm these 3 assault railguns. So I decided to move back with my forces and at least eliminate oh, excuse me, and at least eliminate this AAV that was harassing my forces, and that was quite a misplay there for me. Well, I should have just intercepted those AAVs when my forces spotted them. I'm not sure if Ewok would have done anything much more differently if he would have spotted my units earlier, but I guess we'll never know. Another support cruiser pops out for Ewok, and his carrier is getting repaired now, at least until that support cruiser moves out of range, and now his carrier is not recovering any health points at this moment. And I'm pretty sure if I would have had map vision like I do now, I would have just tried to press the attack. But as it is, my economy is in shambles. I've just barely been able to rebuild my main resourcing operation, and so I'm just pumping out sand skimmers as much as I can. Ewok has built a base runner. He will try to capture an artifact or two to make sure his carrier will be more useful in a fight. If I would have just taken all of these forces and tried to attack this position from the side, it could have been quite good for me. As it is, I'm going to move in on Ewok's position. I take out a logistics module, so that was a good target. to kill, but now Ewok will flank my forces with these LEVs, and that heavy railgun will just be taken out by these LEVs. Fortunately, I guess these railguns were moving in towards my forces much further than they would have needed to because of that line of sight issue there. Now I simply lose my heavy railgun and assault railguns to the combined LEV and railgun force. I am rebuilding some assault railguns here, while these sand skimmers are providing some distraction for Ewok. Finally, I should be able to take out this railgun. Yes, I do. But now it's just an open clash between sand skimmers, LEVs, and the lone assault railgun. Surprisingly enough, Ewok's LEVs are on the losing side of that engagement, while a single sand skimmer is causing some trouble in Ewok's base, and he has two support cruisers on the same resource location. I assume he wanted to build one to put it here and repair his carrier, or did he move it here to heal that support cruiser? I'm not sure. That is of course a possibility. I'm now swarming Ewok's base runner with those sand skimmers. Take it out quite handily, and I've managed to rebuild enough salvagers to long distance mine from that location, and I'm just roaming around with my force. And looking at this game, I'm pretty sure I just let Ewok alone for too long. If I would have just tried to skirmish around in his base, or at least in close proximity to where his units are being built, I could have potentially been taking out railguns, or at least damaging them as they came out. And now he's just building more and more railguns and AAVs to support them. I'm trying to maneuver around here to make sure that I fight at least on even ground with Ewok. I can't really let him have the high ground advantage. I have rebuilt my base runner, and it looks like I'm just trying to do what Ewok decided to do earlier. And now, just as Ewok moves out with his carrier and all of those railguns, I decide to move in with my forces as well, and now I have the high ground advantage. All those sand skimmers. A railgun immediately goes down, and now those guarding AAVs take out a couple of my sand skimmers, and I decide to pull back. I'm pretty sure with 6 sand skimmers, 5 assault railguns, and 3 heavy railguns. And if I would have kept position here on this dune, I probably could have dealt considerably more damage to Ewok's forces, but it just seemed like Ewok had a lot more units. Or at least it looked very deadly to engage there, especially with that carrier there. Ewok has research power reserve 2, and now he has more energy or more power to put in his systems, but at the moment he has not done so. Now he's just moving in with his forces, and my carrier is sitting here undefended, and instead of going in behind of his forces and effectively flanking him, I've decided that this is the best moment to try and deal damage to Ewok's economy. And I do have power in my range systems, so I'm dealing some damage to these AVs. Should have been focusing on those railguns. And even though I am mopping up Ewok's economy back home, all of these forces could have been here defending my carrier from these railgun attacks. And you can see how effective it is if those heavy railguns attack from the high ground. I'm just taking out railguns very easily with that damage and accuracy bonus, but unfortunately I basically misplayed quite a few engagements in this match, and me failing to notice that I've lost all of my salvagers, of course, didn't help. And well, this could have gone much better for me. And basically, it's just a lesson in how not to engage, and don't let up if you are in a position where you can damage your enemy's forces, and if it really does get overwhelming, then retreat. Of course, it's easy to just look at the revealed map and go, oh, I could have just flanked him, and I could have just attacked him there. But, well, that's how the dunes shift, I guess. So that those are all of the games from round 4. Nonidamus had to bail, as discussed earlier, so there is no third match, and that means we can move on to the final round 5 of this Artifact Cup. So thank you for watching, and see you next time.